Okay, so this morning, let's see, I need to jump over to the scans. So this morning I ended my trade on Tesla. I I was stupid. On Wednesday, I actually figured out why my platform wasn't allowing me to fill my orders at the end of the day. I was like, I know there's still trading going on. Volume is moving, everything. One thing I didn't think about is when we switched over to Charles Schwab, I switched my executions on my positions to GTC only, which is good to close. And I forgot to put it back to GTC and EXT. And so I wasn't able to sell out on Wednesday. So I ended up holding overnight on Tesla. And it went well, but it was not the plan. So, I ended up selling right in here. Wait, nope, let me show you guys. I ended up selling right in here the last of my position, locking up the rest of the $45 there. I took like a hundred in on Wednesday. I had 30 shares. That's it. 30 shares, 150-ish, $160, something like that. But yeah, sold up here before the dump. I saw it come up here where it didn't have any bodies up here. It had recently tested and then tested again and failed. And so when it shot up here, I said, you know what? I'm going to be thankful for what I have because I don't think it's going to hold up here. So I went ahead and sold and it went on down. So let's jump over to the trader. Where's my dash? Okay, so here is my trades on Tesla. Just taking out little bits and pieces there, here and there. And so, yeah, good morning, Donnell. So basically, I'm just showing the trades. Now, since I've been trading these larger caps, I have been doing pretty good. I did get punched in the mouth last month with the two small cap trades that I took. They kind of hit me hard with that 136 loss and then that 262 loss. It just ate up my profit, left me with 33 on the month. But now in the first week, we've recovered that 33 and we're sitting pretty good for the second week of the month. So of course I have all of my notes. And one of the biggest things that I always see with these losers is they don't have catalysts or they have really weak, indecisive catalysts. So they'll be like, oh yeah, we're going to do, we got this drug that's going to help the people, like 2 people out of the US. And but it's really good, a lot of good news around it. And it's like, I don't know if I trust that. But with the large caps, it's a lot easier to decipher the news. If there's good news like microchips or, with Tesla, they had partnerships and they're renewing their partnerships, getting new batteries and all that stuff. That kind of news, it's like, okay, that's easier to see it kind of go. But like this week, the biggest small cap mover that I saw was KOSS, which is up today 35%. And, COS is one of those that we've seen in the past. It just kind of moved from $5 all the way up here to 18. I think it had Roaring Kitty news or it had some other type of news, but these are meme moves. I really couldn't predict this, so I was kind of focused more on the more predictable things with Tesla. And I'm so glad I stayed away from Nvidia. I was actually looking at Nvidia to trade, but it never got cancerous. So I was like, I'm not going to touch it. It was moving up, moving up, moving up. And it was just so hard to read. And then it did this big drop and came back up. I was like, no, I'm good. See, Tesla did a drop like this too, but it was free flowing. The movement on Tesla, actually, I didn't even show you guys that. I was on the wrong screen. Nvidia right here just was so unpredictable. Yeah, you could have took this little candle right here, but I don't trust those candles. I like to see a little bit of consolidation before it goes. And so it did, had some crazy consolidation in here on Nvidia. But Tesla, I was feeling that one yesterday. Let's zoom in, zoom back a little bit. So here we are on yesterday. it did a big move down, but it gave some nice patterns down here. So we saw a reversal candle here, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to take anything. I want to see another one. We saw another reversal candle, and I missed this move. And I was like, I'm going to get one more. If I can see one more above this one, I'm going to go ahead and take it at this 244 level was what I was looking at. But I ended up entering at 243.23 at the bottom of this candle, this higher low. I was like, okay, I think this is going to be the hold spot. Got in there and it shot up. And I sold 20 shares of my 30 shares up here at 247. It came down, and this is the market had closed. It wouldn't let me sell anymore. And like I said, I figured out it was because I didn't have my my EXT order zone so I can sell. But kind of glad I didn't. It came back up, and then it gapped up today. So overall, you know, getting $5 per share is pretty good on those, the majority of the majority of the trade. But then got almost $10 per share on the last 10 shares that I was holding. So it was pretty nice all around. But anyway, looking at today, cost is leading the board. We'll go ahead and throw that one down there. I'm gonna take Tesla off now. I don't think it's gonna be cancerous on today. Let's see, AGNs, or it might be cancerous for the shorts. It might be something that's good for the shorts, but not me. We also have MDWD up. I had AGNC. That's one that I usually play for dividends. I got stopped out of AGNC, but I'm gonna calculate a new entry for that one. But those are longer term plays. I'm still holding my VOD and my AT&T, which have continually blessed me with dividends, but I want to continue to increase the dividend portfolio so it can feed itself. I had a lot of stocks in there at first. I had like maybe 10, 20 dividend stocks, but then I kind of backed off and then came back. So it's, you know, but I always had, once I got in AT&T, I wasn't selling that. But everything else, I was like, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But yeah, right now my large cap criteria being met. Good morning, Mike D. I just went over the trade for Tesla. Nice green trade, $150-ish, whatnot. Man, these last 3 months though, May was the beginning of me dabbling in large caps. So May right here was my first time dabbling in large caps. I did take a bigger loss in the small caps on a no catalyst play at the end of the month. Like literally gave back most of my I was like, oh my gosh, why did I do that? But you know, now focusing on the large caps, focusing on the pattern that I'm looking for and that ATR high trading strategy that I've been talking about a while. But yeah, that was May. Came into June, had some small cap hits in this one. 262 hit, 136, but it had some okay large cap trading. All those green days are large caps. Actually, no, this one was a continuation play on a large cap that did not work out. I got stopped out and it went in my favor after I got stopped out for that one. But this first week, couple of trades, Monday, Tuesday, and then I got into Tesla on Wednesday and ended up accidentally holding overnight for a nice little blessing. So that was pretty cool. But I want to follow the plan. I don't want to be in something because of a human error like Tesla. So yes, it went up, but it was not a part of the plan. Okay, so let's look at some of these that we got on scans. Cost MDW. What is this? Is this Macy? Ugh, I don't know if I like Macy. I think that's Macy. We'll check it out. It's up 7%. Yang. All of these are inverses. Not too worried about those. GDX, don't know what that is. Looks like a mid cap, or wait, yeah, large cap actually. GDX. Let's look into that. It's up only 1% though. I'm not super into that. Oh, the other thing, ATR. I don't like that ATR. I'm gonna take that out. For the large caps, if you want them to move, you need a pretty good ATR. You know, you trade an 87 cent ATR, that thing's gonna chop you to pieces. Look at Tesla out there, $9.39, and I got a $10 move out of mine. So I got even more than what it promised. JOBY, nope. TSM, nope. AMC, Rivian. I thought about trading that one a lot, but didn't happen. And then down here, no really big losers on today. So it's Friday. We'll focus in on these higher movers. Absolutely not, Mr. Caramel. I've been trading up. I just started dabbling in large caps. And my first month got me excited because I was green. I was like, oh man, large cap, let's go. Then the next month, I had a good large cap trading, but then on my small cap is what killed my profit on the month. So I was like, okay, let me focus in on catalyst only. Every time I lose, it's something that doesn't have any news. It's just something that's a meme or just going up or whatever. And then I'm losing. I'm like, why'd I take this trade? And so in my trader sync here, and this is the platform that I use, you can see all of these notes. I have notes on each and every one of these of what I did wrong, what I did right. If it was a weak, wait, let me flip over here. If it was a weak catalyst or whatever the reason was for me losing, I put it in there, and then I can actually go over here into my setups and mistakes to see what's losing me money. So these are all the categories that I've made for my mistakes: trading in consolidation, trading dead companies, trading didn't check the beta. The beta is basically how it follows the market. Did not take a higher profit when it was there. Like sometimes I'm up, like especially on small caps, I'm up like $500, but I'm up so quick. I'm like, well, maybe it can go higher, and I don't take profit. Even though I have my trailing stop in, I move my trailing stop manually. So sometimes it's just not quick enough for a small cap. Just gotta take it. Early exit due to improper entry, and what I mean by improper entry is basically jumping in before a pattern completes. So I'm looking for specific patterns in the market to go long. And sometimes I get in before the candle closes and then I get torched. So I'll have to wait for those candles to close, show me the pattern, and then I'm looking for a resolution to the long side from that reversal pattern. So I'm basically trading reversals. Exit always. This one lost me so much money. Entry price under $5. Don't do that anymore. It just fear, just being scared, nope. And now the reason it's not showing any prices out here is because I'm only looking at the last 3 months. If I just pulled up everything, you'll see how much money I lost on these. So that's it. But anyway, low relative standard deviation, low relative volume, IPOs. I really don't mess with IPOs. No catalyst. Now you can see that last 3 months lost me quite a bit of money there. Trading no catalyst, missed a nice rip during my time frame due to fear. And one thing I am seeing about large caps is you gotta extend your time frame. Like some of these, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna trade to 11. I'm only gonna trade to X and Y and Z. But I'm like, you know what? If I can watch it and I'm there, later on in the day, I'm gonna take the trade, because if I don't see it during my time frame and then it goes in the afternoon or something like that, I'm gonna be mad because I knew that the value was there. No catalyst, no intraday pattern recognized on the 15. So I use the 15 as my entry. I just have worked my way all the way up there, and I really don't trade anything under the 15 now. No pre-market excitement. I like to see something happening in pre-market. It needs to have some life to it. No way to calculate all variables. So these are for those IPOs. So when we're missing a variable like relative volume, it doesn't have enough days to calculate, or relative standard deviation, or we're missing something like a float or something. That's where those no calculated variables come in. Randomly placed stop out because I didn't calculate correctly, did not look for the pattern to play out. Swinging for the fences. That's just me being like, I think this will work. Forget the variables. Let's just go back to day one trading and lose money. Time frame was not enough. Outside of scheduled time frame, these haven't really affected me so much. I've been trading all over. The time frame doesn't matter to me when it comes to large caps. Small caps, kinda. You know, that volume starts to drop off during lunchtime. You better leave that thing alone. It'll take your shoestrings. Let's see. Bro, I bought highs. Absolutely. I bought highs. I have a strategy to buy highs. But yeah, I got a $10 move on Tesla buying the high. From where I bought it to, let's see, where's Tesla? So I bought here. I sold majority at like $4. I had 30 shares and I sold, or I bought where's my graph, my chart here. So here's my chart. This is where I bought right here. This was a high move, which you would, if you saw it at the moment that I bought this, you would say that's a high. And then it went up and then it gapped up and then I sold the rest this morning up in here. So that was a $4 move off the highs and then gap up and sold the last 10 shares at almost $10 per share. So, you know, it's the strategy, not what I realized is what I used to think of a high as a high. It was kind of skewed. You know, the high needs to be meeting specific criteria on the charts. Let me see if I can look at the higher time frames here so I can show you what I'm talking about. So basically on the larger time frames, we look out here. This is where I was selling it right in 251, 252. Now this is a high on the monthly chart. This is where I was selling it this morning. And then we saw that crash back down under the 52. Now, as far as the lower time frames, I really don't. I want to see if it hits a high on the monthly, I'm thinking that is a more what do you call it? It's has more weight. Like more if you were looking at different time frames, 15, 1 minute, all this, the monthly time frame high, I'm like, you know what? I'm selling there. I'm gonna be grateful right here where I am. I gotta move from, you know, the 43s all the way up here to the top of this. I'm good. So, you know, that's what I'm looking for. Now, a higher time frame high. Yes, I'm thinking this is gonna go short. I'm like, yep. But a lower time frame, 15 minutes, something like that. I'm like, is this really a high? Not really. So I'm gonna go ahead and get in there and get I didn't get lucky because of the news. I traded it because of the news. That's the only reason. That's what I was saying. The only losers that I've had in these last 3 months have been the ones with no news. So where did it go? So like this one right here that I got scraped on, and then this one right here, it had news. I just got stopped out on it. So that really was. I mean, it was the same type of play. I just got stopped out, but I'm only trading catalysts. It's not lucky because of news. I'm in it because of the news. You know. I lost so much money. How? I've literally been trading large caps for 3 months. I'm good. Look at Nvidia. I did trade Nvidia for green. That was one of my trades. I traded Nvidia for sure, I believe. Yeah, I traded Nvidia somewhere up in here. Yeah. Tesla, Nvidia. The only thing about Nvidia, the day that I traded it, and I can take you back to the day, which was Nvidia. The day that I traded, it was red on the day, but Nvidia. The day that I traded, it was red on the day, but it was following. I expected it to follow the sentiment of the SPY moving up because it has a pretty high beta score, and it had a bit of AI news as well on it, and their new microchip thing that they got going on over there. Was it this day? Nvidia, I believe this was the day. It started going up. Came back, gave a little pullback. I think I got in here. Let me check this day. Was this Tuesday of this week? Yeah, this was it. Tuesday of this week. The first day it went under the ATRs. I wasn't really messing with it. Then it got over the ATR highs, started trading in this level. I actually entered right here at the 122s and got a nice little ride up. But I wasn't super sure about it because on the same day it had like 160 million shares traded, and then the other stock, Tesla, both of them were neck and neck, but Tesla was green on the day and it was moving like crazy. And I was like, ugh, I don't know which one I want to take. So I was kind of caught between a rock and a hard place on these two. On them red days is when you buy. I don't know what you're talking about. What time frame do you trade, bro? Red days is when you buy. You're looking at the 5, the 1, and the 15 and making money. Nice. Glad it's working for you. I see that. But yeah, what I'm doing is working for me. Got a nice little green streak. Had a nice little green streak from last month. Haven't had any reds or anything. Just been green trades. Green trades. Let's see. What kind of streak am I on? I don't even know. I haven't looked. Calendar. So let's see. It's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 6 days of green. But I'm looking to continue it. I don't know if I'm gonna find anything today. I'm still gonna keep an eye on Tesla if it wants to give any kind of movements that I like. But I mean, I've taken profit on Tesla already. I don't want to give back profit. Had a big wick right here down to the 246 and came back up. Let's look at the SPY though. What is the SPY doing in comparison? SPY is kind of going flat out of the open, not the open, out of the pre-market trading. It had a pop up here to 552. I don't know if that actually happened, if there was like shadow trades or something like that. But it was on the day that I got into it, the SPY was nice and uptrending. So I was like, oh, absolutely, let's get Tesla. And then it opened up higher, which probably helped out Tesla as well. But now kind of flat in this range between 551 and 551.75-ish and 551.25-ish. So about 50 cents a range right there. But looking kind of flat. We'll see what happens. Friday is usually a natural sell-off day, so I'm not going to try to push something that doesn't need to be pushed. Bro, I use standard deviation. What do you mean? Over here, I have my relative volume, relative standard deviation out here, relative volume, relative standard deviation, and then my ATR is out here to see what's the possible ranges that this thing has done in the past 14 days. So that's what I look for with the with like Tesla and things like this. In my charts, I don't need in my charts. I just need to see the number. My calculation, I don't need well, I guess I do have it over here on this other one. On my daily chart I have, or did I take those off? I think I took them off because I didn't really use them. I didn't need them. Like once I do the calculation on it from the numbers, that's all I need. I'm about the math life, bro. I don't need to see them. Put them in the calculation. What's the score? Let's go with it. That's it. I do believe in grading every trade though. Doesn't meet the abnormalness of its normal day. Is it kind of cancerous? Is it looking weird? You know. You said what calculation? Oh boy, you want a whole video and I'm here for only a couple more minutes. Just come every day and I'll explain little by little the calculation. Basically, I'm trying to grade the trade based on catalyst first. Need to have some news. Then looking for abnormal volume on the ticker. then looking for a deviation from the normal distribution of price action, right? So that's 3 variables. Then after that, I'm looking for the ATR. Once I get the ATR, that is how I calculate and formulate my trailing stop. So let's say Tesla has a trailing stop of $9.39. So I'm looking to take quarters off of that, right? So like, let's say let me pull over this. Let's say if Tesla has $9.39 and it has met all of my other criteria, then I do this calculation. So I say, all right, let's multiply that by 25 and I'll be trailing by $2.34. Once it gets here, move my stop up to this level. And then I just do that again to whatever the new price is, add $2.34. So if I do that 4 times, I capture, like I did on Tesla this time, the whole ATR, the 100% of the ATR. But if I get stopped out, guess what? I get stopped out with profit. So, and I don't think $2.34 per share is a bad thing. You get stopped out, it's like, well, I got stopped, but I won pretty good. Mike D says, when will Tesla crash? June 23rd. What makes you say June 23rd? Is there a reason behind that? TSLA. Press releases June 23rd. Tesla vehicle production, deliveries, and date for financial results and webcasts for the second quarter of 2024. Okay, so Austin, Texas, in second quarter, we produced approximately 411,000 vehicles and delivered approximately 444,000 vehicles. We deployed 9.4 gigawatts of energy storage products in Q2, the highest quarterly deployment yet. Tesla will post its financial results for the second quarter of 2024 after market close on Tuesday, July 23rd, which is in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Okay, so Tesla will issue a brief advisory containing a link to the Q2 2024 update, which will be available on Tesla's investor relations website. Tesla management will hold a live question and answer webcast. I hope it doesn't go like Roaring Kitty's interview about what was that stock he was in? GameStop, when he did his live and it just plummeted. So it may do that, because we've seen that when these folks come on live, it just sometimes it's not as impressive as people may hope that it is going to be, and it dumps just because people feel in some type of way. So I do, maybe that's a good synopsis based on what we've seen in these interviews so far. But maybe they come out with some killer numbers and things, and they really come to impress, and maybe it doesn't happen. So it's either way. We'll have to see how it's moving towards that date. But yeah, interesting news report. But this news was published on July 2nd, 2024. So that was a couple days, beginning Tuesday. So, people will be getting in position for that date. And then Mike D says, check out past earnings on this one. Let's see, past earnings. Earnings for Tesla. Let's see. Make sure you guys hit the like button. I know I never say that, but definitely remember to do that if you can. Looking for earnings, latest press release, Tesla earnings date. See all press release. No, I want to go to your financial statements, financials, because you are tripping. Okay, so income statement. December 31st, 2023. It has definitely been dropping, or no, it's been coming up. So since 2020, total revenue from 31 up to 53, up to 81, up to 96. Costs, though, have also been going up. So Let's see, total revenue. The cost 24. The cost is almost 40. So it's a pretty big chunk of each one of these that they're taking every year, and the cost has definitely been increasing since 2020. Research and development. Let's look for this operating expenses 2020. Okay, so it's just been going up, up, up. I'm looking for earnings before tax. Okay, additional income, earnings before interest. So this is 2020. Each year they still made more money. So not as much though. This jump right here was crazy. From 2020, 721, and then jumping up here to 5, up to 12, but then from 12 to 14. So let's go look at the balance sheets. Cash equivalents, 2020, short-term investments, long-term assets. Okay, current liabilities. Total liabilities, 29,268,000. And then it's been going up. So 43 is the current liability. And what was the income? 43. Okay, but we're not to the end of the year yet. So this isn't the end of the year, but they're sitting at almost a halfway point of where they were on this year with 80,000. So another half of the year would probably be 40. Cash flows, net income, depreciation. Okay. Somebody doesn't use charts? Oh boy. Doesn't use charts. What I'm telling you, Elon promised 50% year over year. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if they actually get that. Anyway, I'm about to jump off and get to my morning meeting. I know it's actually no, we didn't even look at the stocks. It's 8:30. I got a couple more minutes I'm gonna spend here. So it's about to open up. We had MDWD here. MDWD costs. Yeah, that is what I just said. Yeah, I was looking at that. I was like, yeah, that's looking pretty doesn't look horrible, but I am glad that I sold my Tesla where I did up here around 250s, and now it is going down. So this is the other part of my system. I use the ATRs to figure out the direction of the stock on the day. So right now it's in the middle. The ATR highs is where I start thinking, okay, this thing is looking bullish. ATR lows down here is where I start thinking, okay, this thing is looking bearish. The thought of bearishness or the thought of bullishness. Right now, it's just holding around these levels. I do wait the first 30 minutes before I trade. So, right now it's just kind of in the what looks like bullish levels. And we'll see what happens. But I still sold higher than this. I sold all the way up here at 252. So it's not even close. I'm glad that I didn't try to see if it can reach back up here. But right now it's reaching this level of 251. Looking real bullish there. Coming back into that level. But this is the first 15 minutes. We'll see if it stays above these levels here. ATR on the 15 minute is 251.65 that it needs to hold above. And then that original ATR thought pattern is 250.73. So we'll see if it can hold over 250.73s or if it wants to shift towards the bearish ATRs. The first one is at 248, this little pink one, 248.89. And then the full bearish thought is down there at 248 even almost. So that's kind of how I use it. And yesterday when I traded, it was definitely above the ATR highs and looking to go higher. But now look at it. Struggling with the bullish thought. Struggling. And now going towards the bearish side. So that's kind of how I use those ATRs. If it's doing this, I'm not trading it. I'm not trying to get in off of low ATRs. I want it to be strong. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's look at MDW real quick. That was another one that was up 41%. It is halfway, half and half as well between the ATRs. Tested the first, the thought, but hasn't really made a decision whether it wants to be bullish or bearish. Costs is one that I heard follows GameStop a little bit, but it is also going towards the bullish side, but it's going to need to hold. Um, Full bullish. Let's see, 1517s, 1517 up there, and then 1454. So we'll see what it does. And then to the bearish side, it's already tested the bearish side and is making a little bit of decision right here. Not really a true pattern in here. It came from going flat to just doing a little pop out, but that pop out might be because of higher volume and not so much a pattern. So we'll see if it actually ends up holding. And then back over to MDW, kind of looking the same. And then for everything else, I really haven't seen anything pop up here. Macy is not something I would trade. Macy is, ugh. Yeah, these two right here are our leaders. MDW. I didn't even look at the catalyst for these two. Let me go look at the catalyst real quick before I get off of here. MDW, MDWD, MetaWound, press releases. May 29th was the last news on this one. I do not like that. I need to see some more recent stuff. That's crazy. That's a long time ago. Let's look at costs. No recent news on that one. Let's see costs. What you got? Costs, last news was on May 9th. Okay. And I usually don't really focus on the regular news. I focus on what the company is actually putting out, because the news in here is sometimes pump and dump type news where, like this, meme stock frenzy reignites as GameStop plans to do whatever. But GameStop hasn't really said anything or put out anything. Let's go to GameStop, which cost is supposed to be like a shadow of. Retail trading is booming, and this is on a press release. So they're putting out some news from GameStop. Announces updated time and date for annual meeting stockholders. But what are they actually doing to produce value? That's what I get lost on with these meme stocks. The company isn't actually doing stuff. The Reddits and the chat rooms are doing stuff for this thing. What's his name? Raging Skittles or roaring whatever. But yeah, the chat rooms are doing the most. But yeah, that's just a look. I really don't see anything that I'm gonna be trying to get into today off the rip. Maybe I'll see something later on. We do have a Discord. You can join in the Discord. I post anything that I see and post my positions and things like that in there. But as far as right now, the looks like all eyes are on cost with 12 million shares traded. And anything else? Tesla dropped. Gee whiz, down to 45s. So it went on down. So this is, where'd it go? Tesla. This thing went completely under the ATR lows, and it's back to I bought down here at 243s, but it's almost back down there. So I'm glad I wasn't crazy enough to hold it into the open, because look at this first 15 minutes. That would have been all my profit gone. But yeah, that's it for today. I have to jump to this meeting. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you enjoyed the content, dope, drop a like. And I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Try to keep you guys updated on what I'm doing and the progress that I'm making, especially with this new large cap thing. It's been an experience. I like it. But it has made me more picky when it comes to small caps now. Like looking at the catalyst and actually evaluating it truly. Like, is this something good, or is this something I need to keep my money out of? And look at this thing diving all the way. Like, my entry was 243.23. So it's like, it's made it all the way almost back there. That's crazy. Okay. Anyway, that's it for this week. Green week, green month. Looking ahead into next week, I'm going to do the same things with large caps. I want to bring back my, if I see anything in the small caps, I'll bring back those trades as well. But, wherever the opportunities is, mid cap, small cap, whatever, I'm going to attack everything. So, once again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you're going to continue to trade, keep your head on the swivel. It is Friday on a short week. So, natural sellout day, people taking profit. And as always, I would check out the what you just dropped, that Canadian stock in the. I'll check out that Canadian stock and I'll put that in a Discord to talk about it. But yeah, I got to get out of here. Appreciate you guys once again, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.